Zeke didn't hesitate. He burst from cover, zigzagging as he sprinted towards the access panel. Bullets whizzed past him, the cloaked rounds revealing themselves only as they impacted the alley walls in sprays of concrete and sparks. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. He reached the access panel, fingers scrabbling at the rusted hedges. It was sealed tight, years of neglect fusing metal to metal. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. Zeke jammed his knife into the seam, using it as a lever. His wounded shoulder protested, muscles screaming as he strained against decades of urban decay. 5 Mississippi. 6 Mississippi. The panel groaned, then gave way with a shriek of tearing metal. Zeke tumbled backwards, off balance. 7 Mississippi. 8 Mississippi. He scrambled to his feet, heart pounding. The tunnel beyond the access panel was pitch black, promising either sanctuary or a dead end. 9 Mississippi. Zeke dove into the darkness, the package clutched tight against his chest. 10. As he fell into the unknown, Zeke heard the hitman's laughter echo down the tunnel after him. "Run, little rat, run!" The fall was shorter than Zeke expected, ending in a bone-jarring impact with a metal grate floor. Pain lanced through his injured shoulder, and for a moment the world swam in a haze of agony and disorientation. "Get up! Move!" Zeke forced himself to his feet, blinking as his augmented eyes adjusted to the near-total darkness. He was in some kind of maintenance tunnel, a claustrophobic space filled with pipes and conduits. The air was thick with the stench of decay and chemicals. "No time to catch your breath. He'll be right behind you." Picking a direction at random, Zeke started running. His footsteps echoed off the metal walls, creating a cacophony that seemed to come from all directions. He tried to quiet his breathing, to listen for any sign of pursuit, but the pounding of his heart drowned out everything else. As he ran, Zeke's mind raced even faster than his feet. What the hell have I got myself into? A professional hitman? Pantheon involvement? Whatever's in this package? This is way above my pay grade. He thought of Koji, of their dreams of making it big. Is this what you had in mind, old friend? Because right now, I'd give anything to be back in that shitty apartment, complaining about another low-paying job. The tunnel branched and Zeke took a left without slowing. He had no idea where he was going, no plan beyond keep moving, stay alive. For all he knew, he was running deeper into a trap. The package. It weighed heavy in his hand, a constant reminder of why he was in this mess. Part of him wanted to throw it away, to rid himself of whatever toxic secret it contained. But he knew he couldn't. It was his only bargaining chip, the only thing keeping him alive. And maybe, a small voice in the back of his mind whispered, the key to finally breaking free from this life. Zeke's lungs burned, his legs trembling with exertion. The wound in his shoulder had reopened, warm blood trickling down his arm. He knew he couldn't keep this pace up for much longer. Just as he was about to collapse, Zeke spotted a side passage, barely large enough to crawl through. Without hesitation, he squeezed into the narrow space, ignoring the way the rough edges scraped against his skin. He emerged into a small maintenance hub, a junction where several tunnels converged. Ancient control panels lined the walls, their displays long dead. Zeke allowed himself a moment to catch his breath, straining his enhanced hearing for any sign of pursuit. Nothing. Just the distant rumble of the city above, and the steady drip of water from corroded pipes. Did I lose him? Or is this just part of the game? Zeke slumped against a wall, finally allowing himself to examine the package that had caused all this trouble. It was a small, nondescript box, sealed some kind of high-tech polymer. No markings, no clues as to its contents. What are you? Zeke wondered. What makes you worth dying for? He was tempted to open it, to finally see what all the fuss was about, but something held him back. Instinct maybe, or just plain fear. Whatever was in that box, knowing its contents would only make him a bigger target. Knowledge is power, he reminded himself, but it's also dangerous. Sometimes it's better not to know. A sudden noise jerked Zeke out of his reverie. Footsteps, echoing from one of the tunnels. Heavy, purposeful, not even trying to be stealthy. Shit, he found me. Zeke raised his pulse pistol,
aiming it at the tunnel entrance. His hand shook slightly, a combination of fatigue and fear. One shot. Make it count. The footsteps grew louder, closer. Zeke's finger tightened on the trigger. And then chaos erupted. The wall beside Zeke exploded inward, showering him with debris. He dove for cover, ears ringing from the blast. Through the new hole in the wall, he saw flashes of gunfire and heard the unmistakable sounds of high-caliber rounds tearing through metal. What the hell? A black armored figure stepped through the breach, weapon raised. For a moment, he thought it was the hitman, finally making his move. But then 2 more identical figures followed, and Zeke realized he was dealing with something else entirely. Mercenaries, heavy armor, military-grade weapons. This just keeps getting better,